What is it like to have a roommate who is the complete opposite of what she seems? On the surface, she is the campus queen, elegant, untouchable, ice cold. But the moment she steps through the door, she turns into a lazy mess who only wants to stay in bed. She clings to me around the clock, demands I wash her freshly worn stockings, and whenever I am away, she pretends she got lost and sneaks into my room. She buries her face in my blanket and breathes in deep, all because I forgot to wear a mask on the first day of school, and my criminally good looks sent the entire female student body into a frenzy. Even the 50-year-old cafeteria lady wanted to call me her sweetheart. Terrified, I fled off campus to rent a place of my own. Little did I know, I would end up sharing an apartment with the campus queen herself. The landlord looks at us both and says, I already know your situations. I only have one 2-bedroom unit left. You both want a private room, but neither of you can afford a whole unit on your own. Why not share? I turn to the girl beside me and ask, what do you think? She hesitates for a moment, then gives a slow nod. She has her own troubles right now, and her first impression of this guy is not bad. Just like that, the two of them reach an agreement. They sign the lease and pick up their bags. Then the girl points to the room on the left. I want this one. I nod and head to the other bedroom. By the time everything is sorted out, it is already 8 at night. My stomach is growling. I am about to head out for food when I walk into the living room and see her sitting on the couch. I had not paid attention before, but in the warm glow of the light, I finally see her face. Skin so smooth that it looks like it could shatter at a touch. Beautiful eyes, clear and bright. She notices me and says in a calm, cool voice, do you have a moment? Let's talk. I say yes and sit on the couch beside her. Her voice is pleasant but carries a chill. Since we are living together, we should set some ground rules. Don't you think? I nod. Go ahead. No personal items in shared spaces. We take turns cleaning. No bringing strangers home. No entering each other's rooms without permission. And no making noise at night. After laying it all out, she stares straight at me. Fine by me. No objections. As long as the rules are reasonable, I can work with them. Also, my name is Xiao Chen. I get up and head for the door. She is a little surprised by how easily I agreed, but it puts her slightly at ease. She turns and adds, by the way, my name is Sophia Su, and just like that, their life as roommates begins. The next morning, I step out of my room to find the living room empty, but I'm already running late. No time to think about that. I grab my bag and sprint toward school. By the time I arrive, I am completely out of breath at the classroom door. The girls inside immediately erupt. Oh my gosh, he is gorgeous. I'm getting his number after class. The guys in the room shoot daggers at me with their eyes. I ignore all of it and make my way to the last row by the window. Just then, another wave of reaction ripples through the room, this time from the guys. I stay in my own world until I hear footsteps behind me and catch a faint, familiar scent drifting past. I glance sideways and freeze. It is her, Sophia Su. She passes me without a single expression and takes the seat right in front of me. Once everyone is seated, the teacher walks in and steps up to the podium. Hello everyone, I am your main instructor and homeroom teacher. My name is Ms. Zhou. For the next 4 years, I hope we can build a good relationship together. If any of you ever need anything, come find me. I will do my best to help. After going through a few announcements, it is time for self-introductions. One by one, students go up, until it is Sophia's turn. She walks up calmly. Hi, I am Sophia Su. Then she steps back down. Whispers ripple through the room. Su, could she be from SU group? My brother goes here. She was in his year, which would make her a second year. She is definitely the heiress of Su group. But she took a leave of absence not long after enrolling, caused quite a stir, and she is still ranked number 1 on the campus queen list. No one has knocked her off yet. I listen to all this and quietly frown. I had no idea my new roommate was a wealthy heiress. Why would she bother renting a place? I shake the thought off. Not my business. Once introductions wrap up, it is time to elect class representatives. The other positions fill up quickly, but when it comes to class rep, nobody volunteers. Ms. Zhou is not pleased. No one wants to be class rep? Then I will have to pick someone myself. Her eyes scan the room and land on me, staring out the window. You there, come on up. I do not even realize she is talking to me until someone ahead of me taps the desk. I turn. Teacher's calling you up for class rep. He looks away. Ms. Zhou follows up. Xiao Chen, right? Come on up. I hesitate, then walk up. Hi, I am Xiao Chen, and honestly, I do not want to be class rep. The moment the words leave my mouth, the whole class bursts out laughing. Are all good-looking guys this funny? Ms. Zhou looks like she is about to lose it. Be serious, or I will just assign you the role. I stumble through a proper speech. She nods, satisfied. But when no one else steps forward, she grins at me. Well done, Xiao Chen. Congratulations. You are our new class rep. I am completely dead inside. Once everything wraps up, the bell rings. I stop by the nearby market, grab some groceries, and head home. When I push the door open, I find Sophia on the couch eating takeout. She sees me walk in with grocery bags and quietly wonders what I am doing. I head to the kitchen, roll up my sleeves, and get to work. Sophia watches me move around the kitchen and zones out. He actually knows how to cook, and it smells amazing. Before long, I carry 2 dishes out to the dining table and glance toward the living room where Sophia is still eating. I hesitate, then say, I made some food. You are welcome to try some if you want. Sophia blinks. She did not expect an invitation. She looks at her half-finished takeout, thinks for a moment, and moves to sit across from me. Thank you. I duck my head and wave it off. No problem. I also never expected us to be not just neighbors but classmates too. Nice to meet you properly. Likewise, she says. Sophia studies me and notices the tips of my ears are bright red. A smile tugs at her lips. She had not expected him to be this shy. After we finish eating, I am about to clear the table when Sophia stops me. You cooked, so let me handle the dishes. It is the least I can do. I try to argue, but she is firm, so I agree. Watching her walk away, I finally breathe easy. First time living with someone of the opposite gender, and so far, no drama. That evening, Sophia is sprawled on her bed scrolling through her phone, bare feet dangling off the edge. Nothing like the cold, untouchable girl the world sees. Then her phone rings. The name on the screen reads Mom. Mom. She pauses, then answers. Hello? Sophia, how is university life going? Sophia takes a beat, then replies flatly. Fine. A long silence on the other end, then a sigh. I am sorry, Sophia. Things have been really hectic for me lately. Once I get through this stretch, I will have more time. When your break comes, we can go somewhere. It's fine. Stay busy. Sophia's tone is breezy. Her mom presses on. Do you have enough money? Plenty. Grandpa took care of it. Sophia hangs up before her mom can say another word. In her office, Mrs. Sue stares at the ended call and shakes her head. She knows she has let work get in the way of her daughter. Her gaze drifts to a photo frame on her desk. In it, she and her husband are wrapped in each other's arms, glowing with happiness. Then that day came, and everything changed. Mrs. Sue stares at the photo, eyes slowly going red. I miss you so much. Back at the apartment once dinner is ready, I knock on Sophia's door. Food's ready. She answers, pulls herself together, and opens the door to find I have already scooped out 2 bowls of rice. Several dishes are laid out on the table. The sight and the smell makes her swallow. Come eat. Dinner is quiet. Then Sophia suddenly remembers something important. She speaks up. I want to talk about something. I cannot just keep eating your food for free. I shrug it off. Let's split the cost. Cooking for 1 or 2 is about the same effort, no big deal. But you do all the cooking. If I only pay for ingredients, that doesn't seem fair. She thinks for a moment. How about you take 60% of the food costs and I take 40? If you say no, I will not be able to eat with a clear conscience. She is dead serious. I laugh and nod. The 2 of them go back to eating in comfortable silence. After dinner, I go take a shower, but when I come out with no shirt on, I find Sophia in the living room getting a glass of water. We both freeze. Sophia recovers first. She slaps her hands over her eyes and screams, You jerk, you pervert! Right, I completely forgot I am not living alone anymore. Sorry, I bolt to my room. Sophia stumbles blindly toward her own. 2 doors slam shut at the same time. Back in my room, I sit on the edge of the bed, cringing. Old habits die hard. I flop back onto the bed. Military training starts tomorrow. I need sleep. Meanwhile, Sophia leans against her door, face burning, that image still vivid in her mind. She slaps her cheeks and lies down, but no matter how she turns, sleep will not come. By morning, she has dark circles under her eyes. When I step out, she glares at me. I wince and look away. It won't happen again. I'll be more careful. She sees I am genuinely sorry and decides to let it go. Then, without thinking, I blurt out, You didn't exactly get a bad deal though, right? Sophia's anger shoots through the roof. Xiao Chen. My stomach drops. I back away fast. I didn't say anything. Sophia snorts and marches into the bathroom. I drop onto the couch and wait, bored out of my mind. But something feels off. She has been in there for about 10 minutes. Why is she not out yet? I walk to the bathroom door and knock. How long have you been in there? Why are you still not out? I still need to freshen up. At this rate, I'm going to be late. Inside, Sophia hears every word. She smiles, checks the time, and a mischievous grin spreads across her face. Outside, I am pacing frantically. Come on, please come out. I really cannot hold it. Why did I even say that? What was I thinking? Inside, Sophia hears the desperation in my voice, and suddenly it is not so funny anymore. Did he just call her lady? Does she look that old? Once she decides she has had enough fun, she steps out of the bathroom. I do not even glance at her. I slip inside and lock the door. Sophia stands in the hallway trying to muffle her laughter. She does not know why she enjoys teasing him. She is not someone who opens up easily, yet this guy she barely knows keeps making her act out of character. Maybe it is the time they have spent together. The way Xiao Chen makes her feel is not unpleasant, or maybe it is his cooking. Either way, there is something familiar about him. Sophia stops overthinking. She glances toward the bathroom, lets out a soft laugh, and heads off to school. 20 minutes later, I arrive at the classroom door, completely out of breath. Sophia, already seated in the back row, sees me arrive. She cannot hold back her smile. Ms. Zhou does not look amused. First day of military training and the class rep is already late. Tell me, what happened? I glance back at Sophia, catching those amused eyes of hers. Not bad. She looks good when she smiles. I turn back to Ms. Zhou. I am sorry, I overslept. No way am I telling on Sophia. After a lecture from Ms. Zhou, I finally get to take my seat. When I reach the back of the room, I find that the last row window seat is already taken by Sophia. I shoot her a glare. She stares right back without blinking, a smug smile on her lips. I take the row in front. Once Ms. Zhou finishes giving instructions, we head out for drills. The morning of military training flies by. The moment the drill sergeant calls it, everyone cheers and heads to the cafeteria. I walk past Sophia, glance at her, and say nothing. She falls in step behind me, grinning. Still holding a grudge? Class rep? I roll my eyes and ignore her. I want spicy poached pork slices for lunch. Now that she has a personal cook at home, she stops buying takeout. She stays behind just to wait for me. You're really treating me like your personal chef. We made a deal, remember? Or are you okay with me going hungry? Totally fine with it. I scoff and speed up. She knows I am bluffing and catches up. I added you on WeChat. Accept it. Why? To send you grocery money. She gives me a look like I am missing something obvious. Once I accept her friend request, she immediately transfers 5,000. My eyes go wide. That's too much. It is all I have on me right now. Should cover a while. If it runs out, just ask. It's more than enough. Back home, Sophia heads straight to the bathroom. I go to the kitchen and start on lunch. By the time she is done, the food is ready. Sophia eyes the 2 dishes on the table. One of them is exactly the spicy poached pork slices she had wanted. She swallows. I am going to shower. Start without me. I disappear into the bathroom. Sophia picks up her chopsticks, pinches a slice of pork, and takes a bite. Her eyes close. So good. She cannot stop herself from reaching for more. Over the following days of military training, the class transforms. Ms. Zhou decides to reward everyone and buys several big watermelons. She asks the class rep to cut and hand them out. I go ahead and distribute the slices. When I finish, I notice Sophia handing her slice to Drill Sergeant Liu. Here, Sergeant. We have plenty. Sergeant Liu tries to refuse, but Sophia is persistent. He finally accepts with a thank you. When he returns, the watermelon is completely gone. His water bottle has been empty for a while, and there is no time to get more. He decides to tough it out and finds a shady spot to sit. Just as he settles down, a slice of watermelon appears in front of him. He turns, hardly believing it, and finds me sitting beside him. For you. Sophia does not take it right away. She asks, is this yours? No, it's extra. Go ahead. Sophia takes it. She notices the faint flush at the tips of my ears and cannot look away for a long moment. Then she smiles. Thank you. The watermelon is sweet and cool. Sophia thinks it might be the best watermelon she has ever had. She knows there was no extra slice. What she is eating is Xiao Chen's share, and her own slice, the one she gave Sergeant Liu. He must have seen her do that. Military training flies by. 2 weeks pass in the blink of an eye. I leave campus and head to a nearby bubble tea shop. Boss Zach, the man inside looks up. There he is. You are finally back. Business dropped when you were gone, man. That is Zach, the shop owner. Back when I was looking for a part-time job over the summer, he took one look at my face and immediately saw dollar signs. He hired me on the spot, and as it turned out, he made the right call. Bubble tea sales went through the roof all summer, and most of the customers were girls. After a quick chat with Zach, I get back to my station. Just then, a woman's voice drifts in from outside. Is the owner in? Coming. I carry a box out and stop cold when I see Sophia. She looks just as stunned to see me. Both of us freeze. The girl beside her, Lisa, also stops dead, her brain short-circuiting at the sight of me. The three of us stand there in silence until I snap out of it first. What can I get you to? Lisa snaps back to reality, still completely starstruck. 1 bubble tea and 1 lime yuzu tea, please. Got it, 1 moment. After they pay, the 2 girls settle into their seats. Sophia, that guy is seriously so hot. Sophia does not react. Lisa prods her. What? You're not excited? Sophia thinks to herself. I see him every day. What is there to be excited about? Oh, right, you hate guys. Sophia ignores that and just says, he is in my class. Oh, that explains it. Lisa shoots Sophia a teasing look. So do you have any feelings for him? Or are other girls after him? Sophia's eyes narrow into a glare. Stop it. Before Lisa can dig further, I arrive with their drinks. Lisa watches me walk away and finally exhales. Okay, seriously. I think I am falling. I want to go after him. Sophia instinctively bites down on her straw. A strange, unsettled feeling stirs in her chest. She cannot explain it. Then go for it. He is popular. Lisa picks up on the edge in Sophia's voice immediately and breaks into a grin. Oh, Sophia, you like him too, don't you? Who? Who said that? The flustered look on Sophia's face is all the confirmation Lisa needs. She knows her best friend better than anyone. Everyone sees Sophia as cold and distant, but Lisa knows she is just not good with words. And now she is actually falling for a guy? Lisa, being the supportive best friend she is, makes a decision. So you like him. Then I will back off. Lisa, say one more word and I will hit you. Lisa shivers and throws up her hands. Fine, fine. Why are you always so scary? Seriously, you were going to scare him away. Sophia stops listening to Lisa and looks over at Xiao Chen. I am busy at the counter making drinks. 2 girls are waiting, eyes literally sparkling as they watch me. I hand them their cups with zero expression. For reasons she cannot name, Sophia feels a small sting watching that, but also, somehow, a small wave of relief. It was his criminally good looks that made her agree to be his roommate without thinking. If he were warmer, more outgoing, he would have even more girls after him. The thought catches her off guard. When did she start paying this much attention to Xiao Chen? She comes back to herself and meets Lisa's knowing smirk. Her face goes red. Stop looking at me like that. Sophia, do you have any idea how long you were staring? Sophia shoots her a look and stands up. Let's go. Not even one last look? Sophia ignores her, grabs her lime yuzu tea and walks out. Lisa scrambles after her. After parting ways with Lisa, Sophia returns to the apartment. The quiet of the empty room hits her with a mix of feelings she cannot quite name. She remembers she has me on WeChat. Without really thinking, she pulls out her phone and types, "Coming home to cook tonight?" When my reply comes back as a yes, something warm flickers inside her, like a kid who just got candy. Sometime later, the front door clicks open. Sophia gets up and sees me walking in with armfuls of groceries. I give her a quick smile and head to the kitchen. She follows and offers carefully, "Hey, I can wash the vegetables." No need, just sit. No way am I making her do work. Watching me move around the kitchen, she says quietly, "I am sorry. Does this mess up your plans?" Not really. I am heading out later to eat with a friend, so I won't be eating here tonight. Sophia nods and goes back to the living room. When I bring the food out, she hesitates. Were you working a part-time job this afternoon? Yeah. Is there an opening there? I stare at her. You want to get a part-time job? Sophia gives a small nod and looks down. If it's too much to ask, forget it. I can look into it for you. Leave it to me. Okay, thank you. My phone buzzes. It is Ray, who I just added today. Barbecue at the food street near school. Hurry up. I glance at Sophia and say, I am heading out. She gives a quiet okay, lips pressed together. The door closes and a hollow feeling settles over her. On the other side of the city, I find the barbecue spot Ray texted me. He waves me over. Class rep, over here. I walk over and pull up a stool. Everyone orders quickly, and the food starts flowing. The conversation picks up. The mood gets lively. Midway through eating, Ray leans in with a conspiratorial look. Everyone remember our campus queen. How could we forget? Spit it out. Ray grins like he knows something. You all know she was originally a second year, right? But I have got intel you do not have. You know she took a year off, but the real story behind that, nobody knows. Everyone leans in, hooked. Stop stalling, tell us. Even I put down my food and listen. She used to be untouchable on campus. Guys were lining up from the front gate to hear, but she barely showed her face and her personality kept everyone at a distance, so she has never had a boyfriend. But even so, plenty of guys kept trying. One of them, a trust fund kid, tried to pursue her. She beat him up. Then she took her leave of absence. Some say it was a family emergency. Others say the school pushed her out. Nobody really knows. Ray sits back with a self-satisfied look. Not bad, right? I had to dig for that from an upperclassman. Everyone murmurs in approval. The table goes back to eating. I sit quietly, turning it all over in my mind. Ray drops a hand on my shoulder. Pretty boy Xiao, I have got a question for you. I get the feeling you and the campus queen are pretty close. Something going on between you two? Ray raises an eyebrow, grinning that grin that says he already thinks he knows. Nothing. Nobody's buying that. I have seen you two walking together more than once, and all those little things during training. Something is not normal. How far along are you two? Nothing is going on. I am not looking for a relationship. Ray clearly does not believe me, but he drops it when he sees I'm done talking. After finishing the food, everyone heads home. The next morning, I am up early. First real day of classes, and I refuse to be late again. When I come out, Sophia is already at the bathroom sink brushing her teeth. I sink onto the couch to wait. When she finally comes out, I can't help myself. If you pull the same trick as last time and stay in there for 15 minutes, I am done for. There's still plenty of time. Sophia thinks back to that morning and smiles to herself. Soon, I have my things and I am ready to go. Sophia grabs her bag and follows. In the elevator, I'm yawning, barely awake. You didn't have to wait for me. Don't flatter yourself. She turns her nose up and looks away. When we reach the classroom, she has already made her move. She has claimed the last row window seat. Sorry, you will have to find somewhere else. I scoff and drop into the seat right next to her. Sophia jumps. Once she processes what just happened, color rushes to her cheeks. She opens her mouth, then closes it. I sit where I want. Sophia huffs and turns away. Having a guy sitting this close makes her uncomfortable. I, on the other hand, cannot stop staring. Why does she look so adorable when she is angry? Red cheeks, lips pressed together. Genuinely dangerous. She notices me looking and drives her foot down onto mine. Hard. Ow. That girl has serious strength. The teacher walks in shortly after, and we both pull ourselves together. The lecture is clear enough, but there are 2 points I can't follow. I glance at Sophia beside me. She is taking careful notes. She turns. What are you looking at? I have 2 questions. Sophia nods. All business. I lean over and suddenly we are very close. From where I am sitting, I catch the faint trace of her scent and completely forget to look at the notes. Instead, I find myself studying her profile. Her skin is flawless, pale and smooth like a peeled egg. The thought makes my face burn even hotter. Did you get it? Sophia finishes explaining and looks up to find me flushed and zoned out. This guy better not be thinking something weird. Her own face goes red. I snap back. Yeah, I got it. She clearly does not believe me and stares me down. Under that pressure, I crack. Okay, no, didn't understand it or weren't even listening. I zoned out. I didn't hear it. She slaps her forehead and explains it again patiently. This time I actually pay attention. For the rest of the class, Sophia puts in her earphones and listens to music, staring out the window. Her eyes carry a longing she cannot hide. After class, Sophia packs up her things, glances at me and says, "Whatever you make for dinner is fine." I do not notice her slightly red eyes or the quiet weight in her voice. We go our separate ways. Sophia heads home. I go to the market alone to pick out some fish. Even I can tell something is off with her. I noticed it when she put in her earphones, but it is not my place to pry. When I get back with the groceries, the apartment is quiet. I head to the kitchen and start cooking, then call her out for dinner. The moment she sits down, Sophia's eyes fix on the steamed fish. She carefully picks up a piece and places it in her mouth. Her eyes go wide. She stares at me. Is it not good? I watch her expression, worried I did something wrong. No. It's really good. I nod, not quite sure why. Both of us focus on eating. Not a word is spoken. Every last piece of fish disappears into Sophia's bowl. After dinner, she retreats to her room without a word. She sits on the edge of her bed, eyes filling with tears. She cannot hold it together anymore. She breaks down and cries. It is so similar. The taste, it is exactly the same. Dad, I miss you so much. I have no idea that a dish I made has pulled her back into memory. The next afternoon, after class, I turn to Sophia. I looked into that part-time job for you. Want to check it out? Sophia lights up. Is it the bubble tea shop? No, Zach is not hiring right now, but I found a cashier position at the convenience store next door. Interested? Any job works for me. Then let's go check it out. We head over. When I had finished my shift one day, I spotted a help wanted sign in the window next door. I talked to the owner, and she agreed to consider it. But now, seeing Sophia, the owner's eyebrows pull together. My stomach drops a little. Something wrong? The owner looks at Sophia. Can you handle hard work? There is more to this job than it looks. I am technically hiring a cashier, but every time a shipment comes in, I need help moving boxes. I cannot manage alone, so I need someone who can pitch in. Honestly, I assumed your classmate would be a guy. Sophia looks her in the eye. I can handle it. The owner relents. All right, let's give it a try. A big part of why she agrees is that I mentioned I work next door and can help out when needed. I head back to the bubble tea shop while the two of them work out the pay details. Not long after, Sophia appears in a red uniform. I got it. She nods, face full of quiet delight. Good. Thank you for making this happen. We talk for a bit more, and then she heads back to her station. At 9 that night, I finish my shift and pass the convenience store. Sophia is still working. I head home ahead of her. About 15 minutes later, she clocks out and swings by the bubble tea shop. I am not there. She asks Zach. He left about 15 minutes ago. You must be that kid's girlfriend, right? You two look good together. Sophia's face flushes instantly. She was not expecting that at all. We are not? She bolts out of the shop and leaves Zach laughing to himself. That kid has all the luck. Outside, Sophia's cheeks are burning. She cannot figure out why, but everyone seems to think they are a couple. They are just classmates, right? She is still turning it over in her head when she gets back to the apartment and opens the door. She looks up, and there I am, fresh out of the bathroom, shirtless. Again, Sophia screams. I bolt. She is left standing in the living room, jaw clenched. Twice. She genuinely wants to beat me up. I lean against my door, catching my breath. I really did not mean for it to happen. I figured she would not be off work this early. And yet, here we are. A knock at my door pulls me back. Xiao Chen, stop playing dumb, put some clothes on, and get out here. She is genuinely furious. She is even cursing. We live under the same roof. I have to face her. I open the door to find her glaring at me. I I grimace. Look, this was a total accident. An accident, sure. This is the second time. I am starting to think you do it on purpose. New rule, no walking around shirtless in shared spaces. Next time, I will actually hit you. I scratch my head and agree right away. The first time was a slip. This time was just bad timing. Clearly, the habit needs to go. The next morning after class, Lisa shows up at the classroom door. She scans the room and finally spots Sophia tucked in the back corner, with a guy sitting right next to her. She looks closer. That is the hot guy from the bubble tea shop. A knowing grin spreads across Lisa's face. She knew Sophia was lying. If she really felt nothing for him, why would she let a guy sit right next to her? Sophia finishes packing up and heads out. Lisa ambushes her with full gossip energy. Okay, spill. Who is he? You let a guy sit next to you? We are just classmates. I didn't even ask that. Why are you so jumpy? Something is definitely going on between you two. Lisa does not even finish before Sophia kicks her. Lisa grabs her backside and groans. Fine, fine. I'll just find out on my own. That afternoon after class, Sophia and I walk to our respective jobs. On the street, a sleek black SUV is parked at the curb. Someone inside watches the two of us walk away, eyes narrowing. It is Mrs. Su. She has finally carved out a moment from her packed schedule to come to Jiang City and check on her daughter, only to find her just out of class, heading off to work a part-time job. And the guy walking beside her is what really worries her. She has never seen her daughter get this close to any guy before. She tells the driver to follow. When she sees them each disappear into their own shops, Mrs. Su realizes her daughter is working a part-time job. The sight stings, and the guilt hits harder, especially seeing Sophia standing behind that counter, focused and serious. She wants to go in. But when she thinks about how strained things are between them, she lets out a breath and tells the driver, "Let's go. It is time." Ms. Wan, are you sure you don't want to see her? You know how she is. If you go in now, it will only make things worse between you. And we are already running short on time. The driver sighs and pulls away. Mrs. Su keeps her eyes on the shop window as long as she can. Then quietly, look into that guy. She is genuinely curious. What kind of person can actually get close to her daughter? Back inside the convenience store, Sophia gets a message from her mom. A cash transfer, along with a note telling her to have fun at school and eat more. Sophia stares at the screen, something complicated crossing her face. She accepts the money and replies, "Thanks, Mom." After her shift, Sophia says goodbye to the owner and heads for the door. I walk in at the same moment. "You're not off yet?" I shrug. "It is Friday, busy night." The owner grins. "Your boyfriend came to see you again." Sophia's face goes red. "Ma'am, please do not tease me like that. We are just classmates." The owner shakes her head with a smile. As someone who knows these things, she can tell. I grab 2 cans of beer from the cooler and ring them up. "You off?" "Ages ago." "Go." The owner adds another teasing comment as we leave. Sophia and I walk out together. On the way, she watches me tip back the can and speaks up. "You should drink less. This is literally the first time I've had a drink in front of you, and you're telling me to cut back? Alcohol is bad for you. I just wanted a taste." Back home, I hit the bed and am out instantly. When Sophia finishes her shower and comes out, the living room is empty. She glances toward my room. Did 2 sips actually put him out? The next morning, I am up early and head to the bathroom. When I come out, Sophia is right there in the doorway, watching me with pure grievance. Taking a shower at the crack of dawn, and you passed out from 2 sips of beer. She cannot resist. "If you can't handle it, don't drink." She is roasting me. I try to defend myself. I was just exhausted, I fell asleep. But Sophia is already walking into the bathroom. The truth is she had gotten up to use it and discovered Xiao Chen in the shower. She nearly held it all the way. But once she saw how pained I looked, the mischief kicked in. She wanted to mess with me. When she comes back out, she sees me getting breakfast ready. "Can I place an order?" "No." Sophia pouts, but there is nothing she can do. She cannot cook to save her life. Whatever Xiao Chen makes, though, she will eat because it is always good. It is the weekend. After breakfast, Sophia heads out to practice taekwondo with Lisa. They do not finish until noon. "Sophia, I have evidence on you, and denial won't help." Lisa waves her phone in Sophia's face. On the screen is Huabo University's school forum, a photo of the two of us walking together, and comments full of envy. Sophia's cool eyes zero in on Lisa with lethal precision. Lisa steps back fast. "Sophia, you can threaten me all you want, but you cannot change the facts." Sophia's fist tightens. She's about to say something when her phone rings. She checks it. It is me. She steps aside and answers. "Why did it take so long? What are you doing?" The sharpness in my voice catches her off guard. "We're out of groceries. Since you are already out, just pick some up." "Sure. What do you want?" "Whatever you feel like." Sophia agrees, changes direction, and heads to the market. She is back in no time. Arms full of groceries. "This should last 2 or 3 days." I scan everything and nod. Then I look at her with mild exasperation. "How much do you like fish?" She looks away. "Is that a problem? You said whatever I want." "No, I didn't mean anything by it. I just want fish soup later." I smile and promise I will make it. Watching me move around the kitchen, she pulls out her phone and opens the post Lisa had shown her. She scrolls through the comments, and with each one, her expression grows colder. She wants to find every single person who commented and hit them. They are just classmates and roommates. These people know nothing and are making things up. But then again, thinking back on the past few weeks they have spent together, it kind of does feel like something. Sophia's face flushes, and the thought scares her. "Food's ready." My voice pulls her back. She takes her seat at the table. After a moment, she asks carefully, "Have you seen the school forum?" "The forum? No." I pull up my phone and open the forum. My eyes go wide. Sophia watches my reaction and grips her chopsticks. I look up at her with a strange expression. "Campus Queen and King rankings are open. Vote for the one you like." "Do you want me to vote for you?" "I am happy to." "That's not what I..." "Then what are you trying to say?" Sophia guides me to the actual posts. "So," I say, "people make things up. You know what we are. Roommates. Nothing more. Nothing else. Why care?" Sophia is is caught off guard by how unbothered I am. Why are you looking at me like that? Did I say something wrong? No. Then I give her a sly smile. You're really sure you don't want me to vote for you? The weekend passes, and classes resume. Before the lesson begins, Ms. Zhou announces that because of the rain days and the upcoming National Day holiday, the school is combining the freshman welcome event with the holiday show. Anyone who wants to perform should sign up with her. When she finishes the announcement, Ms. Zhou begins her lecture. I lean over to Sophia. I signed you up. How does that sound? You what? She nearly shouts it loud enough for the rows behind to hear. Heads turn. Ms. Zhou glances in our direction. She clears her throat. Quiet in the back. When class continues, Sophia shoots me the most withering look. I put my hands up, the picture of innocence, but I stop smiling fast. Sophia presses her foot down on mine, grinds it, and only lifts it once she has had enough. I'm trying not to wince. It was just a joke. Sophia gives a cold snort and ignores me. On the other side of the aisle, Ray gives me a thumbs up. Respect. You actually went after the campus queen. Class wraps up fast. After the bell, I head to the bathroom to splash some water on my face and pass a group in the hallway. Something about them rubs me the wrong way from the start. When I get back, my seat is surrounded. I look closer. Same guys from the hallway. Sophia, you're back. How come you didn't tell me you transferred in? I only found out from the forum. Sophia frowns without even glancing at the guy. Wade, do I know you well enough for this? Back off. A flicker of embarrassment crosses Wade's face, followed by something colder, harder. I just came to check on you. I don't need that. Wade starts to say something else. Then a voice comes from behind him. Hey, you're blocking my way. Wade turns around and finds me standing there, completely expressionless. Who are you? That's my seat and you're all in my way. He glances down. There's a black bag tucked in the drawer of the seat right next to Sophia. A guy sitting next to Sophia. Something sour rises in his chest. She had never allowed that before. You don't need to sit here anymore, he says, voice cold. I smile without warmth. My voice drops. You want to repeat that? The air in the room shifts. A strange silence settles over everything. The class picks up on it. People quietly step back. Wade walks up to my seat and hurls my bag to the floor. I said you don't sit here. Wade, that is enough. Sophia stands up, eyes fixed on him like ice. But before she can finish her sentence, I drive my fist into Wade's stomach. While he is doubled over, I grab his wrist and execute a clean shoulder throw. Wade hits the ground before he even knows what happened. He stays there, winded. The physical pain is nothing. It is the humiliation that really gets him. His crew freezes. They had been ready to jump in, but after seeing that, nobody moves. Wade gets up and tries to charge again. Summer, the deputy class rep, speaks up. Class is about to start. Teacher will be here any minute. Are you staying or not? Wade has no choice. He rounds up his crew and heads for the door. At the threshold, he turns and gives me a look that could freeze the room. You will regret this. Then he leaves. I drop back into my seat without sparing him a glance. Ms. Zhou walks in shortly after. She senses the tension immediately. All right, why is everyone just standing around? Sit down, we're starting. People return to their seats. During class, Sophia keeps glancing at me. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I look at her and smile. I don't hear any sincerity in that. Sophia glares at me, taking a mile when given an inch. Wade's whole scene put her in a terrible mood. Watching her white-knuckle grip, I hold back a smile. This girl still cannot take a joke. Relax. I don't blame you. I just don't like people like that. Seeing how laid back I am, Sophia says nothing more. We go back to listening to class. After the bell, she feels like she should explain. Wade is one of the people who has been pursuing her, and he comes with serious backing. His family is loaded. And compared to the others who eventually gave up, Wade is like a bad rash that won't go away. While everyone else steers clear of making things awkward, he just keeps pushing. She has no idea how to deal with him. I stare at her, eyes wide. An absolute human punching bag. Honestly, I kind of respect the commitment. I give Sophia a smirk. He is really putting in the work. Maybe you should just say yes. Xiao Chen, I want nothing to do with someone like that. Enough. Let's get food. In the days leading up to the show, the whole student body is distracted. The stage on the field has already been built. I have zero interest in any of it, but Zach thinks it is a golden opportunity. He wants me to bring bubble tea to sell there. It will sell like crazy. I try to say no, but I cannot argue with my boss, so I agree. At 7 in the evening, the show begins. I move through the crowd, cradling a crate of bubble tea. Every time I pass someone, I say, hey, want some bubble tea? It takes no time at all before most of the drinks are gone. Naturally, because of the way I look, the buyers are almost all girls. A lot of them try to slip me their WeChat. I decline every time and they drift away pouting. Just then, I hear someone call my name. I look back. It is Sophia and Lisa. Oh, you two. I walk over. I look at Sophia. Why aren't you at work? I took the night off. Wanted to hear some music. Lisa, watching the two of us, pouts on the side. Could you two maybe tone it down? I'm still here. Sophia shoots her a look. Nobody asked for your input. Fine, listen up. Sophia skipped dinner and came to complain to me about it. Lisa, stop making things up. Lisa grins. Could the great Xiao Chen maybe treat us to some tea? Sophia is about to say no when she sees me pull a drumstick and a lime yuzu tea from the crate. Why didn't you eat? Here, make do with this. Sophia blinks. She wants to say that nothing really goes down well unless Xiao Chen cooked it. Her taste has been completely spoiled. Lisa tugs at my sleeve. What about me? I drop right back into my blank expression. Sophia's best friend discount. 20% off. Lisa's face twitches. Fine. I will stop being the third wheel. She is joking, of course. She buys a cup and calls it done. Sophia sips the tea I gave her. Something inside her shifts in a way she cannot explain. Lisa watches her with that grin of hers. I mean, come on. He already knows you like lime yuzu tea, and he had it ready for you. Lisa, it's not what you think. The 2.5-hour show flies by. The host steps up. To wrap things up, we are doing a little game. Whoever we land on has to come up and show show us a talent. The crowd cheers. Everyone is happy to go along with it. The spotlight sweeps the crowd and people start getting nervous. It lands on a corner. My eye twitches. I genuinely did not expect this. Lisa naturally makes it worse. Xiao Chen, what are you going to do? Sophia beside her says nothing, but her expression betrays her completely. The corners of her mouth are curling up. She clearly wants to watch me suffer. Congratulations to this student. Come on up. I drag myself up there. The female host takes one look at me and her eyes light up. She pulls it together fast and leans into the mic with a playful smile. So what's the plan? Dancing, singing? Even if you're completely tone deaf, give it a shot. I will sing an old song, The Ocean. In the audience, Sophia's eyes fly open. She goes completely still, expression frozen. Then the intro begins. My voice fills the space, deep, magnetic. The crowd falls into it. But in the corner, Sophia's eyes have already gone red. She starts singing softly along. When the last note fades, I slowly lower the mic. The host walks back up. Thank you so much for that performance. Nobody saw that coming. After a few quick words with the host, I make my way back. When I get there, Sophia's head is down. I do not notice anything is wrong. I glance at her. Let's go, Sophia. She gives the softest okay and follows. The moment we clear the field, her hand catches my arm. I turn, a little confused. What's wrong? Sophia's eyes are glistening, but in the dark I can't quite make it out. All I can tell is that something is weighing on her. That song. Can you tell me why you chose it? It's the only song I really know. Someone taught it to me. It means something to me. Was that person important to you? Sophia stares at me, more serious than I have ever heard her. I nod. The hardest part is, I never got to say goodbye. That drags my mood down too. I quietly take my hand back. Come on, let's head home. You seem different tonight. Sophia shrugs it off. Just not in the mood. She watches me walk ahead and stands there for a moment, unable to look away. Xiao Chen, little Chen, is it really you? Back at the apartment, Sophia sits on the couch, watching me move around the kitchen, unable to look away. She holds the image up against a memory from her childhood, and the details line up. Even the name. Can the world really be that small? She knows it sounds ridiculous, building a theory on a song and a name, but she needs to know, if he really is little Chen, then the thought hits, and Sophia's hand closes into a fist. She wants to march over there, demand answers, and hit him for what happened back then. But she pulls herself back. Reason wins. Noodles are ready. Coming. Sophia walks over to find 2 big bowls waiting on the table. As she eats, her eyes keep drifting to me. Stop staring. You've looked at me like 10 times. Is there something on my face? And what if I am? There is an edge to her voice. I shake my head. Ever since the show, it's like she's switched. Sophia notices too that her tone is sharper than she meant and goes quiet. They finish dinner in silence. Afterward, she lies on her bed and turns from side to side, unable to settle. Tonight has shaken something loose in her. Sleep will not come easy. The next day in class, Ray leans over. The National Day holiday starts tomorrow, pretty boy Xiao. You heading home? Yeah. Haven't seen my grandpa in a while. Time to check on him. I say it without hesitation. Ray accepts that he is not changing my mind. Such a shame. None of us in the dorm are going home. We're going to hang out over the break. Sophia, sitting nearby, catches my answer. Something flickers in her eyes. At noon, while I am cooking, she appears in the doorway. You're going home for the break? Yeah. Why do you ask? Can I come with you? I stare at her, completely thrown. Sophia, what are you thinking? A girl like her, randomly asking to come home with me. It does not add up. I am serious. My mom is busy. It does not matter whether I go home or not. Staying here is boring, so I want you to take me in. She looks genuinely pitiful as she says it. I meet those pleading eyes and cave. Fine. Freely. Thank you so much. She thinks for a second and adds, also, your cooking is just that good. Going days without it would be a real shame. Of course, the real reason is that she wants to see where Xiao Chen grew up. Maybe she can find something that confirms it, whether he really is the person she thinks he is. You've really fallen for my cooking. Sophia laughs. Moving in with you might be the best decision I ever made. I almost missed out on having a personal chef. They both head to their rooms to pack. I have barely anything, just a backpack. Sophia, on the other hand, has a lot to deal with and is still inside her room. She eventually comes out dragging a small suitcase. You took forever. I get up and cannot help adding, girls just have so much stuff. Have a little patience. She gives me a look and mutters something under her breath. The train station is packed because of the holiday. I am up front, constantly urging Sophia to keep up. That tips her over the edge. She speeds up, shoves the suitcase at me and says, a man who makes a girl carry her own luggage. Here, it's yours now. She dusts off her hands like it was the most natural thing in the world. I look at the suitcase. It is light. I genuinely cannot understand how something this light took that long to pack. Why are you standing there? Go get the tickets. And get mine too while you're at it. I sigh and obey and get in line at the machine. Sophia watches from a bench nearby. On the train, we end up standing in a corner. At first I manage to keep some space between us, but as more people crowd on, we end up pressed together. The warmth and scent coming off me makes Sophia's face go red instantly. Don't stand so close. I would like that too, but the person behind me is pushing. Sophia looks around and realizes the crowd is pressing in from all sides except toward her. Xiao Chen is shielding her. He is handling it all right, but this position is still incredibly embarrassing. When people finally get off at the next stop, a little room opens up. I shift to the right immediately and look away. Sophia catches the flush at my ears, and something pulls at the corner of her mouth. She thinks back to those few minutes of contact. Her mind starts drifting. That feeling of being looked after, she has not had it in a very long time. Soon they arrive at the building where Grandpa lives. I get the key, open the door, and call out, Grandpa! At the familiar voice, an old man in the kitchen turns away from the dough he is kneading. Little Chen is back. He spots the girl behind me. And who is this? A classmate. She has some things going on at home, so she is staying with us over the break. Hello, Grandpa. My name is Sophia Su. Grandpa Wei looks at Sophia and smiles warmly. He had not expected me to bring anyone home, especially a girl. Beautiful name. Welcome. Welcome. Come on in. Once Sophia is settled in the guest room, I join Grandpa in the living room. He sets a bottle of beer in front of me and pours himself a glass of clear spirits. I smile. Grandpa only drinks when he is truly happy. And the reason is obvious. I am home. Between summer and the start of term, I have been away for well over a month. We talk for a bit, and then Grandpa suddenly asks, "So what is going on with that girl?" "Nothing's going on. Just a regular classmate." Grandpa Wei gives me a long look. This old man's eyes still work fine. "The way you two act around each other is not normal. You're finally thinking about someone, aren't you? Don't go saying things like that. You'll give her the wrong idea." Just as the two of us are talking, Sophia comes out of her room and sees them both with drinks in hand. She walks straight over. "Grandpa, too much alcohol is not good for you." Grandpa Wei laughs. "You're right. This kid kept pushing me, but I'm done." I stare, baffled. How did this land on me? Sophia turns to me with her hand out, looking like she means business. "Hand it over. Finish what's in the bottle just this once." She is absolutely not asking. I reluctantly give it to her. She pours it down the drain. My heart sinks. I used to be able to drink freely back at the apartment. One trip home and it's gone. When did she get so bossy? I give up and head to the bathroom. Sophia appears in the doorway. "Alcohol is bad for you. You're really something else. Honestly, agreeing to bring you back here was a mistake. Too late, I'm already here, and nothing is making me leave." The next morning, I'm up at 4 in the morning. Grandpa runs a small steamed bun stall on the street nearby. I am up early to help him bring in the supplies. A few trips back and forth, and dawn begins to break. The first customers trickle in for their steamed buns. I handle them all. Before long, my phone buzzes. Sophia asking where I went. I send her the address and tell her to come over. She shows up soon after and jumps right in to help. "What time did you get up?" "Around 4. Sophia makes a small sound and gives me a teasing look. "So even a lazy pig like you can be motivated when it counts. I have never seen you this early at school." I have nothing to say to that. Just then, a middle-aged man stops at the stall. "Hey, if it isn't little Chen, back for the holiday." I smile. "Morning." He turns to look at Sophia. "Little Chen brought his girlfriend home?" Sophia's face goes red, caught off guard and not sure what to say. I speak up first. "Just a classmate. Something came up at home, so she is staying with us for a few days." Sophia squeezes her fist. That dismissive tone, he is asking for it. The old neighbor clearly does not buy it, but he chats for a bit, grabs his buns, and heads off. The moment he is gone, Sophia cannot hold back anymore. "Xiao Chen." My gut says run. I bolt. "Stop right there. I have had it with you. Your mouth is absolutely insufferable." We tear through the street, one after the other. I finally duck behind a park bench and crouch there. After a moment, I check. No one around. I exhale. That girl has insane stamina. I am barely alive. She must have given up by now. Sure. I have not even caught my breath when a familiar voice comes from right behind me. I spin around. Sophia is standing there, arms crossed, looking thoroughly amused. "Keep running. Go ahead." I shake my head. "I am done. Please have mercy." Sophia gives no mercy. She grabs me by the collar and pins me, and then lets out every bit of frustration that has been building up for the past month. All of it. She feels genuinely better afterward. Okay. Are you done? Let go of me first." "Fine, but first, say the word. Call me Sophia. No, wait. Call me something better. Call me your big sis, and I will let you go." "Why would I?" "Because I am older than you." "Prove it." "How do you know for sure?" "What year were you born?" 2002. I try not to look guilty. 2004. "There you go. Calling me your big sis is perfectly reasonable, little Chen." I go red and look away. "We are not related. Calling you that just feels weird." Sophia watches me, smiling without a word. Xiao Chen's age lines up perfectly with little Chen's. She wonders if it was really him, all those years ago, showing up at her door every day, trailing behind her like a little shadow, calling her big sis. Back at the apartment, Sophia gets a call from her mom. "Sophia, are you coming home for the break?" Sophia pauses. "No, things are busy at school, no time." "All right, but going home is boring anyway, right? Do you even have time for that?" Mrs. Su's voice carries a quiet sadness. Sophia says nothing. She had been thinking about sending Chloe to take her out somewhere. In the end, she sighs. "Then stay safe wherever you are, and if you need money, just ask." After hanging up, Sophia lies on the bed, expression blank. Ever since starting university, she has almost stopped asking her family for money. She has Grandpa to thank for that. If Grandpa had not given her that money, she would never have been short enough to cross paths with little Chen. She would never have become his roommate. None of this would have happened. In her office, Mrs. Su stares at the ended call, the same flat tone, every time. Just then, Chloe comes in. "Worrying about Sophia again? I wanted her to come back so you could take her somewhere." "That would not have helped, Ms. Wan. Things between the two of you will not improve this way. And then there is that guy." Chloe leaves it at that, but Mrs. Su understands. Since looking into Xiao Chen, they have learned everything there is to know about him publicly. They also know he is sharing an apartment with Sophia, and that Sophia has taken on a part-time job. Mrs. Su had wanted to put her foot down and stop all of it. The Su heiress should not have to work, even if the company has hit rough waters. Money is not the issue, and living with a guy, that worries her. But knowing her daughter, and with Chloe's advice, she lets it go. Meanwhile, I was planning to take an afternoon nap, but Grandpa suggests I take Sophia for a walk nearby. I am about to say no when Sophia kicks the couch under me. "Come on. Didn't you hear him? Take me out. What is there to even do? You can always go back to sleep." "Yeah, right. Look at you. A total lazy pig. You barely ran this morning before you were done for. You need to move more." "I am doing fine." Sophia cracks her knuckles, expression full of threat. With no real choice, I take her to a nearby park. I stand on the bridge, staring into the distance without really seeing anything. Sophia watches me from behind. She can feel that something is off. She hesitates, then asks quietly, "What about your parents?" "They left to find work, got divorced. Neither of them wanted me, so I stayed with Grandpa." "I am sorry, I did not know." The shock hits Sophia hard, followed by something something softer, a pang. She does not know what to say. It was a long time ago. Even if it was, something like that leaves a mark. It takes a long time before it stops hurting. I drop my gaze, voice flat. While I am standing there lost in thought, a soft hand wraps around mine. Maybe this helps a little? Sophia's face is faintly pink. She has lost count of how many times she has been this bold. My face goes even redder than hers. Let go. You are absolutely shameless. Always trying to take advantage. Xiao Chen, you jerk. And just like that, the park becomes a chase scene again. On the way back that afternoon, they pass a basketball court. Sophia looks at me. Do you play basketball? What are you getting at? Nothing. Want to go one-on-one? She gives me that look. I take the bait. Name the stakes. A satisfied smile spreads across her face. If I win, all I ask is one thing. Call me your big sis. I groan, but I go with it. Fine. If I win, I want to get out of jail free card. Your hits are no joke. Sophia bursts out laughing and tosses me the ball. The game is close, but in the end, Sophia's skill is just better. I shrug. You win. I cannot match you. We return the ball and leave the court. On the way out, Sophia falls in beside me with a grin. Little Chen hasn't forgotten our bet, right? I give a quiet acknowledgement and turn away. She watches the shyness creep across my face and enjoys it thoroughly. Go on then. Call me that. I say it once, then go completely silent. Sophia blocks me before I can escape. Didn't quite catch that. One more time. You heard me. A deal's a deal. One time and that's it. I really didn't hear, so it doesn't count. Sophia plants herself in my path, absolutely not moving until she gets what she wants. I give in and say it again. Good. Little Chen. After all these years, she finally gets to say that name again. I go still. That name, something about hearing it stops me cold. I stare at Sophia, trying to find something familiar in her face, but I cannot place it. It cannot be. Can it? I am genuinely not sure anymore. What's wrong, little Chen? Sophia asks, curious on the surface, hoping on the inside that he has recognized her. I shake my head. Let's head back. A flicker of disappointment crosses Sophia's face, but she lets it go fast. Girls change a lot growing up. It makes sense he would not recognize her. That evening, Sophia comes out of the shower to find dinner already on the table. Grandpa watches me head to the bathroom and says, you go wash up. Sophia and I will start eating. Grandpa, are we not going to wait for little Chen? In just 2 days, Grandpa Wei has noticed the shift in what Sophia calls me. He chuckles. Don't go soft on that rascal, kiddo. That's just how we do things here. Eat first. Sophia's face goes warm. He really just says what he thinks. Grandpa, has Xiao Chen always been called Little Chen since he was small? Sure has. It was his mother who gave him that name. Grown-ups make their choices and children are the ones who get hurt. Grandpa Wei sighs, and the light fades from his eyes. Sophia feels it too. She already knows what Xiao Chen's life has been like. Let's eat. Enough of that. After dinner, I am stretched out on my bed, looking at Sophia sitting nearby. You have been running around all afternoon. Are you not tired? Why are you still in my room? Nothing to do. Tell me a story. I don't have any good stories. Tell me about the most important person in your life. Something about the question catches me off guard. My mind drifts to early childhood. Who? Sophia asks, barely keeping her excitement in check. Inside, she is quietly holding her breath. When I was little, I met a girl. She was a little chubby and really cute. We spent a lot of time together during that period. We had a lot of fun. Do you know her name? Sophia can barely contain herself. What Xiao Chen is describing matches exactly. No, but I always called her Big Sis. Sophia nearly leaps up from the bed. She manages to hold it together. Keep going, but I just lie back and look at her. Why are you so interested in my life? Because it's interesting. Tell me more. That's all for tonight. Go to bed. Sophia pouts and finally gets up. Fine. When the time is right, I will tell you about myself too. Nobody asked. Back in her room, Sophia falls asleep with a smile on her face. She is now certain. Xiao Chen is her childhood sweetheart. The thought carries her right into sleep and into a dream. When Sophia was little, because of her family's situation and her advanced abilities, she never went to kindergarten. Private tutors came to her instead. With no one her age around, she would wander down alone to the little park downstairs. That was where she met Xiao Chen. Back then, his parents were going through a messy divorce. He was too young to understand what was happening. Sophia still remembers it clearly. That little kid came running up to her and said, "Why are you here all by yourself?" Sophia looked at this boy, who was just a little shorter than her, and said with a pout, "A tiny thing like you should be calling me Big Sis."